Okay, in the first video, we finished up talking about percents. Let's continue from there. So when we're dealing with percents, might ask one of these sort of questions. Um, Say I ask 400% of what is, let's see, 150. So 400% of what is 150? Well, the way you'd handle this sort of problem, if you recall, first off, we're gonna switch this to a decimal. So we'll divide by 100, which means we're going to move the decimal place 2. So 1, 2. So this is 4.0. And then when you see of, you use the multiplication here, times. And for what, let's just go with x. Let's make that a variable. And anytime you see is, make that means equals. So put some arrows here. 150. So what we've done is we've created just a simple algebraic equation that we can easily solve. So switch colors here. 4 times x equals 150. Therefore, we could divide both sides by 4, end up with our final equation. 4 over 4 equals 1. 1 times x is x. So we get x equals 150 over 4, or 37.5. Okay, final types of problems we had involved Euclidean geometry, paging down here. So we'll have questions that might involve triangles. And you might be given the fact that this is a right triangle, for example, and perhaps given this angle here, let's say it's 30 degrees. This angle is 30 degrees. This is 90. We know that a triangle has 180 degrees total. So equals 30 plus 90 plus, I guess we could say like x, some angle here that we'll call x for right now. So 180 equals 120 plus x. So 180 minus 120 equals x, or x here equals 60 degrees. So you should be able to handle problems like that. In some of these problems, what I'll end up doing is putting in you could have a situation where you have just some values in here that are variables or multiples of a variable. So this might be 90 here again. It doesn't have to be 90 degrees, but it might be 90. And then maybe this was 2x, and this is possibly some other value. Well, you know what? This has to work out better. I'm just kind of guessing here, so let us put something in like this. I think this was on one of the preliminaries, where you had 2x, 6x, and 4x as values of the angles represented by variables, multiples of x. Well, we know that all three of these together have to equal 180. So we can add all three together. 2x plus 6x plus 4x. So the last idea I want to talk about here is, keep in mind with triangles, since this will be a take-home test, I probably would ask you about some shapes, hexagons and pentagons and such. But the last topic I probably want to talk about here is, let's see if I have a right triangle up there. Nope, we don't. So I'll just try to draw this by hand as neatly as possible. So suppose you have a right triangle. Maybe it looks something like this. And you have maybe this side has a distance of 18.5. And this side, let's just say, is 12.13. And you know this is a right triangle. What is the distance A? So find A. Find the distance A. So you'd use Pythagorean's theorem. We know that 18.5 squared equals 12.13 squared plus A squared. So 18.5 squared plus 12.13 squared, actually minus 12.13 squared equals, this should be A squared, equals A squared. So that I could just take the square root of both sides. If I take the square root of this side, then I have to take the square root of this side. So we could decide that A then equals the square root of this. And you guys will have to work that out. I didn't work that out. I think it's going to end up being somewhere around 13.96. So it's approximately 14. And so that's about it for the review of the test. This page really is, see if I can change the title there. Nope, I'll change it later. And so I'm planning on having that test on Friday, a week from today. So it'll be a take-home test, and you'll work on it over the weekend and then turn it in on Monday. What I'll have you do is take a cell phone picture of the exam and turn that in on Monday. You'll have to email that to me, and I'll talk in more detail about how to set up a good picture. What you need is a good picture of your exam when you take it, and that will involve probably lighting the area really well, putting the sheet that you take pictures of flat on a flat surface, Alternately, if you have a way to digitize the results and send them to me, that'll be fine too. Um, but yeah, I'll talk about that in another segment of this. So for now, we're going to end this.